The second application that I want to also talk about is also a very interesting one, where now the Smartify is a company which is basically using a convolutional neural network type of pipeline for automatic recognition of artwork. And so the people, you can have this app and you can basically scan an image of a painting or an artwork, and this recognition is done through CNN pipeline. And once you identify that image, automatically supplementary information about that artwork or that thing is placed on your cell phone. So you can learn not only by looking at it, you can find supplementary and additional information about the artwork itself on the phone for you have, right? So this is, you can see that once you scan it, more information about that artwork comes into picture. So this is another application where the underlying technology, which is basically recognition of what that artwork is enabled by a convolutional neural network in the pipeline. So behind that app, you essentially have convolutional neural network that identifies, and once it identifies the object, automatically additional information about that artwork is displayed in an augmented reality setting on your phone that you have. Here is another example which is coming in airline industry, which is for the boarding purposes. So what is done is we can do what is known as facial recognition, and we now do not need to scan the boarding passes. So people can come and or stand in front of this iPad which has a camera, and they do face scanning, and from there itself they do the overall boarding process, right? So now you don't need to scan, people can come and start, and it is a non-contact way of just scanning and boarding process that you can do it. So here in this case, this overall technology is essentially storing the database of the users that are there, and then from that storage itself is essentially using a convolutional neural network type of architecture, which is recognizing the faces and identifying who is the person, and then matching that with the ticket sales, that information that they have, and then that essentially allows them to ascertain who has boarded and also carry out the overall boarding process that they have. Okay. Here is another example where CNNs are being used, which is basically in shopping. So what they do is nowadays Urban Outfitter is a company which is using this kind of technology where they place different types of brochure and other things inside the shop itself. And what you can do is you can use your cell phone and you can basically take an image of something that you like in the brochure, which might be essentially a dress that you're typically liking in the brochure. And once you scan that through your cell phone, additional information on that will be displayed on your phone. So information like what the cloth is made of, what the price is, what is the location of that cloth inside the store, and so this kind of supplementary information is essentially automatically conveyed to a user once the user basically takes an image of the photo. So now, in order for us to recognize what dress is there, the underlying technology there is also this class of convolutional neural networks that essentially helps in identifying the different types of dresses that you might have, and that is enabled by CNNs in the overall framework, right? So underlying this app, there is a CNN technology that is used to recognize this object, and then that object recognition helps us in displaying the additional information with respect to different things. Yep. So with that, I think I hopefully covered the basic components of convolutional neural networks, and also talked about various different applications in manufacturing, biomedical, and in airlines and shopping experiences, where the convolutional neural networks are main computational pipeline or the main machinery to implement some of the apps that I showed you today.